أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبع هداه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ثم أما بعد. Inshallah, let's continue our free sessions on how to recite the Holy Quran with proper Tajweed, hosted by Kalimat al-Quran Academy. Inshallah, today we're going to continue the same we did last time. We're going to basically start first with just knowing about some of the rules that we have in Tajweed, talk a little bit about it. After this, inshallah, we are going to move to letting everyone in the meeting with me here practice and read by himself the rules that we study. And let's get started. So inshallah, let's review quickly things we discussed last time in our previous session. And as we all know, that was about the rules of Nun Sakin and Tanween. If we start from the beginning, so quickly, we discussed the first thing, the heavy and the light letter rules. We talked about the 7 heavy letters, how we can properly pronounce them. We also talked about the light letters, how we can properly pronounce each one of them. We talked about the word Allah and the lam inside this word, that we have to make sometimes heavy and sometimes light. And we also discussed the other the letters like letter Ra and what have to do with it. We talked about that sometimes it can be heavy, it can also be sometimes light. After that, we started talking about qalqala as one of the rules. We said that we have the phrase qutubu jaddin, which collects the 5 letters of qalqala. And in our previous class, the previous one we had, it was about the rules of Noon, Sakina, and Tanween. We said that the Noon Sakina is a Noon that has a Sukun on it. Sometimes we can see it in Quran just as a Noon without anything on it. That Noon, we apply special rules to it. Same special rules we apply to this Noon Sakina, we apply to Tanween. Tanween is the double Fatha, the double Kasra, double Dhamma. This is what we consider as Tanween. We also apply the same rules to it. What should we do with these rules? We said that we have either one of 4 rules. We're going to apply one of them to the Nun Sakin and Tanween during our reading. We talked about last time the first rule, which was al-izhar. That was its name. We said in Arabic, the word al-izhar, it means clarity, which is basically making something clear. And we said that we have 6 letters for this, for applying al-izhar. We have to find one of these 6 letters after the Nun Sakina or after a Tanween, so we can apply the rule of al-izhar. What are these 6 letters? We have Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, and the last one is Kha. Once we find any of these 6 letters after a Nun Sakina or after a Tanween while we are reading Quran, that means we have to apply the rule of Al-Izhar. That is the first rule in the rules of Nun Sakina and Tanween. What about the second one we had also last time? It was a rule called Al-Idgham, which means merging. In Arabic, it means merging. We basically mix 2 things together by having al-idgham here, and that's what we do to the Nun Sakina. When should we apply al-idgham? We apply it once we find one of 6 letters after the Nun Sakina, or even after a Tanween. These 6 letters are in a word, which is yarmalun. The word yarmalun. Yarmalun, it has 6 letters here if we count them. We are going to make them into 2 groups. 6 letters here in the word yarmalun. We're going to make them into 2 groups. The first group would have the idgham that we call it has to be with ghunna, and there is also the idgham without ghunna. So what are the letters of idgham with ghunna? We said that we have ya, noon, mim, and waw. These 4 letters. We have them for idgham bi ghunna, which means with making the ghunna sound. We also had idgham without ghunna, which has 2 letters, which is ra and lam. Ra and lam is for idgham بغير غنة, which means without غنة. We talked about what is actually a غنة, what is the meaning of the word غنة. And we said that this is the sound that we make from our nose when we read Quran. It happens with meme and noon when we read them, especially when they have the shadda on them. So we say inna. So this sound I'm making from my nose while I'm saying unna, this is what we call as unna. Inna, amma. So these two sounds are sounds of unna that I just made right now. And this means that with these four letters, we are going to make this sound. But with ra and lam, once we find them after a nun sakin or after a tanween, we're gonna apply no. We had some examples for this, like we applied some of them last time. Maybe inshallah today we're gonna have some more examples for them that we're gonna do inshallah. Let's talk about something new for today, and this would be about the two remaining rules, and they are al-iqlab and al-ikhfa. So before I move to them, do you have any questions about the previous lessons we had? Is there anything you would like to, you had questions about?
No, sir. Barakallah fiik.
Thank you. All right, what is al-iqlab? It, of course, one of the rules that has to be with, it has, of course, a letter, only one letter, which is letter ba. Letter ba, once we find it after a nun sakin or after a tanween, we're gonna do something called al-iqlab, which basically means we're gonna exchange the sound of this of the nun sakina or the sound of the tanween that we have with a sound of a meme with ghunnah. Let's take an example and see how this works. So I have a word right here which is min. Min has a nun sakina. Nun has nothing on it. And the next word is ba'd. If we look closely here, we can see letter ba is coming after a nun sakina. That means this noon must be read with applying this rule that we have right here. What are we going to do to apply this rule? We're gonna exchange the sound of this noon sakina we have. We're gonna replace its sound with a sound of a hidden meme. So we're gonna say mim ba'd. Mim ba'd. I would like you also to try this with yourself while you have the microphone muted. You can try repeating these words yourself. And let me also pull up like some more examples so we can even practice this with more examples while we are doing this here. Okay, so the example we had was mim ba'd. We can have even more examples when we have a tanween followed by letter ba. We have an example which is in one of the short surahs. كَلَّا لَيُنبَذَنَّ. Let me also show it to you, just a second.
So ba is the only letter for iqlab, is it, sir? Ba.
So the rule we are talking about now is al-iqlab. The last one we're going to talk about later is al-ikhfa, inshallah. Okay. All right, let's look at this box here. It has one second. Just I'm trying to properly share the right slide with you. Okay. Yes. Okay, here are the examples we can have here. If we look closely here, this word is home. If we look here, we can see there's a noon sakina, a noon that has sukun on it, and it is followed by letter ba. We can see here a ba with kasra after this sakin noon. What are the things that we are going to do to this noon sakina then? It would be changing it to a hidden meme sound and applying the gunna sound to it. How can we read it? It will be bihum, bihum. If I'm saying a normal noon, I'll be keeping my two lips opened. But because I'm making this a meme, so you can see while I'm saying this noon, I'm making my two lips closed so I can make the hidden meme sound. So I say bihum. Let's look at this one. Same thing. Noon sakina followed by ba. We make this noon a hidden meme. Burika. Burika. Same example right here. من بعد. من بعد. Here we can see on this meme there's a tanween. So the change we're gonna do is to this tanween here. We're gonna make this tanween a sound of a hidden meme, and we're gonna do gunna to it. This word or this phrase will be عليم بذاتي. عليم بذاتي. At the end here, a tanween in the word sami'un, and then the ba at the beginning. Because of this ba, we're gonna apply a clap to this tanween. We're gonna turn its sound to a hidden meme and make gunna. Sami'un basir. Sami'un basir. This is basically the rule of al-iqlab. So let's recap quickly. We talked about one of the rules of Noon, Sakina, and Tanween today. So far we had al-iqlab. Al-iqlab means exchanging. We're gonna do it only in one case if we have letter ba after a Noon, Sakina or after a Tanween. And in this case, what we're gonna do will be changing the sound to a hidden meme and apply the gunna to this sound. I hope it is clear for you. Moving to the last rule here, which might have like some more details, that would be al-ikhfa. Al-ikhfa. The meaning of the word ikhfa in Arabic is hiding. Basically, what we do, of course, is hiding the sound of the noon sakina or hiding the sound of tanween that we have, and this is exactly what we are going to do right here. So basically, we can have either a noon sakina or a tanween, and we're gonna check the letter coming after this noon sakina or after tanween. If it is one of the rules that we previously mentioned, like if we found the letter is a letter of idhar, like one of hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghayn, kha, then we're gonna do idhar. If it's iqlab, which is letter ba, we are going to do iqlab. If it's idgham, one of the letters of the word yarmalun, we're gonna do al-idgham. Other than that, any other letter other than these letters, so that would be including all the rest of the Arabic alphabet, we're going to do al-ikhfa to it. So we can see that the rule of al-ikhfa is basically applied with most of the Arabic alphabet that we have. Because we basically mentioned only a few letters in the previous rules, and this rule contains the rest of the alphabet, which gets the biggest part and the most rule that we can find while we are reading. So let's find out how we can do al-ikhfa to the noon sakina or the tanween while we are reading. First thing I would know, we do know about the meaning of the word ikhfa, which would be that it is hiding. So the meaning of ikhfa is hiding. So there's something we are going to hide while reading when we are going to read this rule. And that would be actually the sound of the noon sakina or the sound of tanween. So quickly, let's review the meaning of words that we had for the rules of noon, sakina, and tanween. So the first rule was al-idhar. The meaning of idhar, we said clarity. Then we talked about idgham. The meaning of the word idgham is merging. The third rule was iqlab, which we said it means exchanging. And that one here we have, the last one, ikhfa, which means hiding. So the meaning of this would even help us, like understand what actually happens with the nun sakina and tanween for each rule we have. And in order to read the Quran properly after knowing these rules, you would have to, of course, know in each rule what are the letters that you have. So you should know the letters of Idhar, Idgham, Iqlab. I'm going to share this slide with you, inshallah, after the class, so you can even check it yourself and remember the things that we have here. So, al-ikhfa, what are we going to do? Uh, it's gonna be hiding. So you're gonna hide the sound of nun sakina and tanween. That's clear because it means ikhfa, which is hiding. So we're gonna hide the sound of a nun sakina or the tanween that we have, and we're gonna make a ghunna sound instead of the original nun or tanween sound. So I have a normal sound for nun and tanween that I know about. But this time I'm going to hide this sound and I'm going to make only a sound from my nose, only the sound of ghunna that we talked about, the sound that we make from the nasal cavity, which looks like So that sound is the sound of ghunna that we're gonna do, replacing the sound we mentioned, like the sound we have already, which is the sound of the normal noon or tanween that we have. Let's check the examples to better understand how this actually works. Let's look over here. We have noon sakina. It's followed by letter sad. Letter sad is the letter of ikhfa. How do I know this? Because it's not idhar, it's not idgham, it's not ikhfa, then it must be a letter of ikhfa. That's how we can know it easily. So what am I going to do to this noon sakina? I'm going to hide its sound, and I'm going to bring only a sound of ghunna. So I'm going to say yansurukum, yansurukum. So it's not gonna be like yansurukum. Yan is making it clear and normal. We don't need this. We need just to hide its sound to make it smooth and easier for us. Yansurukum. Let's try another example. A tanween here on the ayn. It's followed by letter dal. Dal is a letter of ikhfa. So we're gonna say سراعا ذلك. سراعا ذلك. I would need you, of course, to try this yourself while you are listening to me. While, of course, you have the microphone muted. Try this yourself, and so you can feel the words that we are reading here. Same thing here. Tanween followed by tha. Tha, a letter of idhar. So we're gonna apply idhar to tanween. جميعا ثم. جميعا ثم. Let's read the next example. عادا كفروا. عادا كفروا. So tanween followed by kaf. Here, nun sakina followed by kaf again. So we will say من كل. من كل. I hope it's clear so far. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the chat. Here, nun sakina followed by letter zai. So we say فأنزلنا. فأنزلنا. Here we have actually tanween followed by letter fa. خالدا فيها. خالدا فيها. Nun sakina followed by letter ضاد. منضود. منضود. Before I say these two last examples, let's like confirm something that we're gonna do while we are reading the gunna, because I'm replacing the gunna here with the noon sound. Like I'm replacing the noon sound with a gunna only sound. So one thing we have to take care of is preparing our tongue to say the next letter to the noon sakina itself. And that would result in making the gunna sound that I'm going to do to be a heavy gunna sound if the next letter to the noon is heavy. And it's going to be a light gunna sound if the next letter is light. So the sound of gunna even changes by having the letter after the noon sakina. So we can notice that the ghunna of a word like min kulli, I'm making a light ghunna, but here mawdud, that's a heavy ghunna sound. This will be inshallah clear by more practicing. Let's read the last two examples. Here we have ظِلًّا ظَلِيلًا. Tanween is here, and then ظا. ظِلًّا ظَلِيلًا. Here I have tanween and then letter ضاد. قوما ضالين. One more time. قوما ضالين. So I have here a tanween followed by letter ضاد. I hope it's clear, and let me know please if you have any questions. We're gonna be moving like some more practicing of these rules by examples that I'm going to let you read and try this yourself. So is it clear so far?
Yes, clear.
Alhamdulillah. Anybody else have anything to say? You can let me know in the chat. Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you all. All right, let's pull up some examples to try this. All right, here we have some phrases, some ayahs from the Quran, where we have tanween or noon sakina, either in one of these examples. What we would like to do will be reading. I'll let actually all of you read one of these examples. Each one of you will read one. What you're gonna do is you're gonna check the noon sakina existing in this phrase or the tanween you have, and you're gonna tell me what are the rules that you can see. And of course, you're gonna be reading this phrase that you have here. It might sound like difficult for the first time, but let me like answer the first one for you, so I can let you try and see what you're gonna do with each one. So here, the first one, it says narun hamiyah. You can see I have a tanween here. Which rule am I applying to this tanween? I can find that I have letter ha. Ha is one of the letters of al-idhar, so I'm going to apply the rule of al-idhar to this tanween here. So I'm gonna make it to sound clear and normal without any change. Narun hamiyah. Who would like to participate and like read an example here?
Second one, me, sir, Shiraz.
Okay, please go ahead. The second one here, can you please read it?
ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر.
Excellent.
إدغام بالغنة.
إدغام بغنة. Excellent. Okay, that's right. We have a tanween here, followed by meme. So that is إدغام بغنة. Barakallahu fiqh. You can have one more. This one.
ثم لتسألن يومئذ ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. تسألن يومئذ. This is Izhar also, I think.
That's right. We have tanween here. يومئذ عاني. So عين is a letter of إظهار. Barakallahu fiqh. Who else would like to participate?
Me, sir.
Okay, please go ahead, Chad. So this is gonna be this one here. Yeah, please go ahead.
كل لئن لم ينتهي لنسفع بالناصية.
Yeah, the first one is كلا. Can you read it again?
Sorry. كل لئن لم ينتهي لنسفع بالناصية.
Okay, what are the examples that you could see here that are related to Nun Sakina and Tanween?
Oh, actually, I missed the starting of the class, so One
Okay,
second.
we can look here. Is this a noon sakina?
One second.
A noon.
Yeah.
So we said the noon that has nothing on it would be a noon sakina, right?
Okay.
All right, so that means what is the letter next to it? The letter after this noon sakina here.
Lam.
Letter lam. So that is one of the letters of idgham, and it is for idgham without ghunna. So we skip the noon. We say
كلا
la
لئن
illam,
لم
la illam
كلا
without yeah,
لئن لم
without
ينتهي
pronouncing the noon. So we make it silent. La
لئن
illam.
لم لئن لم
Excellent. Okay. We have another noon sakina here. If you look at this word, can you read it?
ينته ينته
Yeah. So we have noon sakina. It's followed by ta. This is ikhfa. So we're gonna hide this noon we have here. So we're gonna say yantahi.
ينتهي
Yes. We're gonna make a ghunna. So we're gonna stretch the sound of the noon itself. It will be yantahi. Please try this.
ينتهي
Excellent. We have here the nasfa'an bin
لنسفع
nasiyah. We have a tanween here on the ayn and then ba. This is a clap. We just talked about it. So we say la nasfa'an bin nasiyah. Can you say it, please?
لنسفعا لنسفعا
Yes. You need to
okay
link it, to link the whole words.
لنسفعا بالأنساية
Bin nasiyah.
بن بالناسية لنسفعا بالناسية
Barakallah feek. All right. Who else would like to participate?
Let me try this as well. أرأيت إن كذب وتولى.
Good. Yes. So would you be able to know the rule we have here? This is a noon sakina.
منتكم أن أرأي أرأيت إن. Okay,
Yes.
there is a calf afternoon, so
So it will be the rule of al-ikhfa.
إكفى.
Al-ikhfa, which is hiding the
أرأيت
noon and making
أرأيت
gunna.
إن. So you
In kadhaba.
إن كذب وتولى.
MashaAllah. Barakallah feek. Okay, who else would like to participate? Nobody else would like to join? Maybe I can do the rest of them. So, what do you think? All right.
Okay, عبدا عبدا إذا صلى.
Yes, we make qalqala to the dal, you know.
عبدا
Abadan.
عب عبدا. Like kalkala will be a dal, right?
The ba here.
And the ba.
Yes.
عبدا عبدا إذا صلى.
Mhm. Would you be able to know the rule we have on this tanween?
إظهار.
That's good. That's right. Yes, barakallah fi. So, abadan idha salla. Okay. And then this one here, that's the next one.
مما مهين.
Mhm. So
إدغام
we,
بالغنة.
yes, very good. Barakallah fi. We have two, not just one. Of course, we have nun sakina and meme, and then a tanween, and then again a meme. It's the same thing we do to the nun sakina. We have done it also here to the tanween we have here. We do ghunna, of course. That's idgham bi ghunna. So mim ma'in mahin. Very good. How about this one?
ويل ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. ويل نون نون ساكن. قلنا إدلام.
Yeah,
ويل ويل right ويل.
that's correct. Yes.
يومئذ يومئذ للمكذبين.
Tanween and ya, first time. We actually do idgham with ghunna. So ويل يومئذ. And then tanween and lam, idgham without ghunna. يومئذ للمكذبين. So again, ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Can try it one more time.
ويل يومئذ للمكذبين.
Okay, last example. We need someone else, so maybe Shahbaz or Munir. You can also do it. Who would like to read this last example here? Yes, Munir, go ahead.
يوما حبوسا كمطرير.
Yes. قمطريرة.
كمطريرة.
Yes. Would you be
يوما
able to?
تنوين in first يوما.
Yes, so that's إظهار. يوما عبوس. How about this one
عبوسا.
here?
There also and last also.
Yeah.
كمطريرة. كمطريرة.
Tanween and then qaf. So what we're gonna do will be making إخفاء.
Yeah.
Hiding tanween,
Yeah,
making غنة.
hiding.
You can read it one more time.
يوما عبوسا كمطريرة.
So this would be عبوسا قمطريرا.
عبوسا كمطريرة.
Barakallahu fiqh, excellent. So I think we know now a little bit of how these rules work and how we can apply this on some of the examples. And let's move to reading some complete surahs, like short surahs, just like we did last time. Let's pick one of the short surahs to practice today. Right. 1 second. It's going to be, inshallah, Surah Az-Zalzala, the surah that we will read. Okay, I've sent you in the chat the order of you, the four of you, in the reading. So I would need the first one in the chat, find his name would be the one who will read, and then the one after him, and then the after him. Okay. So the first one will be Chad. If you are
أعوذ
there, we have
بالله
Surah Al-Zalzala here. Yes, please go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يجدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن
ليروا.
يعمل أه؟
This one. ليروا
ليروا
أعمالهم.
ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره
We have
ومن
no ghunna here. We just make it normal. ذرة خيرا.
ذرة خيرا يره. No?
Yes, that's right.
So is it ذرة خيرا يره?
Yes, that's correct.
ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره.
Okay, very good. Then Shiraz.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره.
Very good reading. Barakallahu feek. Munir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أشكالها وقال الإنسان ما لها
If
يومئذ
you, 1 second. So, أثقالها, can you say it again?
أشكالها
So that's letter tha. أثقالها.
أشكالها
So it's like, you know, the th sound. Tha.
أس...
Tha.
آه. أتكالها
أثقالها.
أتكالها أتكالها
Okay.
أتكالها
Can you say tha? Tha.
س س
Yes.
س
The one thing you would need to do is just make your tongue touch your two up front teeth. Tha.
أثقالها أثقالها
Yes, that's better. Just the qaf, making it heavy. أثقالها.
أثقالها
Perfect. Perfect.
أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ
Just the ha.
يستر
The ha, like in تحدث.
تحدث
تحدث. Maybe.
تحدث
Yes,
تحدث
and أوحى.
أخبارها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها
Mhm.
بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ
أوحى. Ha. Here also.
أوحى لها
Yeah.
أوحى لها يومئذ يستر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم
Yes, here we have
فمن
that tanween followed by ra. I'm sorry, followed by ya. So we make
يا
idgham with ghunna.
يومئذ
يومئذ
يستر
يستر.
يومئذ يستر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا
Again
يره
with letter tha again. So making the tongue touch the teeth. مثقال.
فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة
So
خيرا
it's
يره
not sha, not mish, myth.
مثقال مثقال
Remember we said
مثقال
we're gonna make the tongue touch the teeth. So like
مث-
tha, thi,
مثقال
thu.
مثقال مثقال مثقال
Yes.
ذرة خيرا يره فمن
Mhm.
يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا
Again,
يره
مثقال.
مثقال مثقال
Yes.
ذرة شرا يره.
Very good. We have, I think, someone else, right? Yes. That's Shahbaz. Yeah, please go ahead.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره.
MashaAllah, barakallah fi. Would you be able to tell me like about the rules of nun sakina and tanween that we had? So the cases that we had
No,
here.
No, sir, I don't know, know all the rules. I am the
Okay.
first joinee. The first class is this. I don't know the rules.
Okay. Your reading was good, mashallah.
So can we,
Except
sir,
yes,
can we, I also missed out some of the rules. So if you can do the rules part again quickly, maybe not in this session, then another one. So it will be better.
we can go over all of them quickly here by checking the ones we had in this surah. So we had examples of Nun, Sakina, and Tanween in this surah. We said that we're going to apply one of 4 rules to each one of them. So let's check the cases where we have a Nun, Sakina, or a Tanween. First one we have here Al-Insan. We have a Nun, Sakina here. Nun has nothing on it. Followed by letter C. The rule we apply is Ikhfa, which is hiding the Nun and making Ghanna. So we are going to say الإنسان وقال الإنسان. So we make a Ghunna sound, replacing the sound of the normal Noon we have here. Another example here is this one. Tanween, followed by letter Ta here in the next word. We're going to hide this Tanween again because that's Ikhfa, and we're going to make a Ghunna only sound. يومئذ تحدث. So is it clear so far for you, both of these 2 examples?
Yes.
Okay. And then we have here a tanween followed by letter ya. Ya is a letter of idgham with ghunna. So we're gonna do a ghunna only here, and we're gonna skip this tanween. So we're gonna move from this letter dal to the ya directly, and we make ghunna with it. يومئذ يصدر. يومئذ يصدر. Okay. And last one, not last one, we have more. We have here ashtatan and then letter lam. So here this is idgham without ghunna, which we basically kind of skip the tanween sound. So we say ashtatan liyuraw. You can see that I didn't say ashtatan without making the tanween sound. Ashtatan liyuraw. And we have also here dharratin khayra. This is idhar, which is clarity, which is making tanween clear and normal without ghunna, without making any change to it. So here we said dharratin khayra. Dharratin khayra. We have here waman ya'mal. This is again idgham without ghunna. So I don't make a sound. I'm sorry, idgham with ghunna. So I skip this noon here, and I make a sound of ghunna with this ya. وَمَن يَعْمَلْ. وَمَن يَعْمَلْ. We have here again tanween followed by letter sha. This is ikhfa. So that's ذرة شرّا. Here's another tanween followed by letter ya. This is idgham with ghunna. شرّا يَرَهُ. So those are actually all the examples. If you go like to the recording of this session, which I have made a recording for it, maybe you can check it after the class and check, of course, the previous class because all the things we had there were actually connected. So inshallah that everything will be clear to you. If you had like questions about it in the next class, inshallah, you can ask me in the chat and we're gonna talk about it.
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
So the classes, guys, are Saturdays and Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Dubai time. So 9:30 your time if you're in India. Try to join from the start of the class because sir does an initial revision before the start of a very quick revision, just like he did just now. So I'd appreciate if you are serious about this, so join on time. I'll be forwarding you the link immediately.
Yes, and
Try
of
and
course,
forward the link. Firaz, try and forward the link maybe half an hour before. So if we are
It
somewhere,
remains the same. Actually, the link remains the same. It's the same Zoom link for the
no,
sir.
just put a reminder so in case we
Right.
are get
Okay,
ready.
sure. Inshallah.
all right, inshallah.